Welcome everybody. We're here live at Indianapolis, the road course. As we can tell, we caught them mid-qualifying. Qualifying going to be pretty difficult here for some of these guys. Biggert right now at the top with a minute 30. Hammond did great at the truck race earlier this week at Watkins Glen. He's really showing his road racing prowess right now, running second. Here we have Delgado running some laps. We saw him get off track there. So those incident points still count. If you get one, you get a 0x. It's going to invalidate your qual time. So qual time on road racing, very difficult, very hard to even turn a lap sometimes. Let's get a top spot where we got Cameron here. He's going to take over second from John and start the second lap. Really goes in hard there. That might have been his second lap. Let's see. Who's else on the track right now? There's Burke. We do have a lot of cars starting, I believe 19. Not many qualifying here. Burke finishing it up there. Team running your driver cam. Today, the only one who joined up here was Alonso in the VR headset, just finishing his qualifying. I think that's it. There's Salas. Only about 4 minutes left in qualifying. 10-minute call session for road courses here. See what Salas gets. To mute the voice come up. I always forget to do that. squealing there as Salas goes through the S's here. He's going to have a right-hander down the drag strip. We're well past that. I caught him mid-cycle, so we're coming off the right-hander into the track. They finally re-scanned Indianapolis a little bit ago and moved the better version, I think, where it loops down in here again. The old version used to run that whole corner all the way around down the straight, so the new version here, you have these corners right here. And I think it's a lot better. I've seen it run with a couple cars. I have not ran it myself yet. But it's a bit more technical here down instead of just taking one whole corner. You come off down the straightaway, cross the line. We'll see what Salas get. See, I believe Andrew's out. He just finished his qual time. I don't see him on the board, so he might have gotten some off tracks those last two attempts he got. And that's looks like that's it. There's still a couple minutes left for qualifying. It looks like only 13 of them are going to take it. Biggert at the top right now. Biggert showing a lot of road racing prowess, especially in the GT3 series. Really giving Pierce and McRae a run for their money over there. Doing a great job. Just getting ready for the race at Indy here to get rolling. Indianapolis, one of my favorite tracks. I absolutely love the oval portion of this track. The road course, I'm not so great at. I still like it better than the old one, but oval is definitely my preferred if we were to come here. I do believe we're running the oval configuration a bit later in the season, so I think we'll be back here to need to run the oval. Gen 4s are running the oval this Sunday, so don't miss that. It's going to be a great race, seeing those 700-some horsepower cars drive it in around this track. This track has such a technical, I know it looks like a giant square, but it's pretty technical. There's only one groove line around the oval, and it's hard to run side by side once you're off and running. We'll see how them guys do this Sunday. Road racing here is qualifying finishing up. We'll start to see stack up on the grid here. Alrighty, as we get ready to roll off here, Indy Road. I'm not sure how this is going to go. We do got stages as we pull up the race info. That's not the race info. There we go. That's the race info. As we pull up the race info, 65 laps. It's going to be a pretty quick race. There's no cautions, I believe, unless there's like a major wreck, like blocking the track, something like that, where the guys can't buy. I believe is the only time there'll be a caution. Well, actually, I think we are going to have... All right, I just had to confirm because the race notes showed. I think they just copied it over. But no cautions will be thrown for this stages. They're 25 and 50 completion. So where you run is where you run. But we're going to try to run it straight through 0 to 65. So a lot of mental awareness, mental fortitude, things like that. Because we don't normally run that long. We have those breaks now in between the races. 65 laps is a long way to go around this road course. As you can see, it's 2.39 miles. It's a fairly lengthy race. So mistakes, lots of focus will be in play. Gotta watch those corners. Don't overdrive the corners. It's easy to overdrive, spin the car around, hit a curve wrong, especially in the chicane. We'll see that coming through the cameras as they roll up a bit here once they get rolling. The chicane will kick your car around. 70 laps on the track. Apologize. The race note's not on par, so I'm glad I'm getting some information here as we're rolling along. No fast repairs. Chopshop doesn't run fast repairs 100%. Fuel as always. 4 tires, 3 on the wall, 1 starting. Temperature's not too bad. There's a fair amount of humidity. Not too bad though. We've seen worse. And the wind, I don't think, will be a factor here. So Nathan Biggert, last week's winner at Auto Club, grabs the pole here with Cameron Dario starting across from him in second in the number 4 GOAT. See them start to roll off here. Looks like they already went by. So there's your chicane. Looks like we're already past that. We're in turn 7, 8. There's turn 9. There's the S's. Lots of cars on the track here. Lots of action going to go on. Sure, a lot of Oz tracks too. You see them roll off 9 going into 10 through 11. There's turn 12. There's the exit where it used to go back onto the main track, but you see the white lines, the curbing. We'll see them start to come up here in camera view. The curbing pushes them off back into the center of the track. Look at all the cars. They're all ready. There you go. Coming back down into the track. 13, turns 13 and 14. Here we'll see them come back on the track shortly. She's starting to roll off. And as the pace car pulls off, get a nice shot of the pagoda. Barney's got the flag in hand, so we're going to go road course racing. That first turn's going to be pretty dangerous and going to expect some double, triple wide, maybe 3 flags out. Good clean start for everybody. We'll see how they do diving into this first right-hander. It's almost 90 degrees. Everybody's pretty cordial, easy on the brakes, lots of space given. A little bit of lockup there for one of the drivers. I think it was Delgado's. Bigger just... Oh, Striker getting loose there. Good catch. Gonna keep rolling back into frame here. Oh, a couple cars around. 83 loses it under braking. We catch up here, turn 4. Down through the chicane. Look at the chicane. Down the back stretch. This used to be the old drag strip. You see it on the right, the gray there. This is a tight left-hander into a quick right-hander. Through the S's here. Bigger just getting away from these guys. Consistency is going to be key here. We'll see some pretty big gaps here as they start to continue the run. Working lap 1 now. Bigger shooting off in the corner. He's going to do another right-hander. Brett Cameron right behind him. They have a pretty good gap to third. Pretty good group here. Down into 13, left-hander. through 14 here. A nice sweeping right, curves off back onto the track. Getting away from it. Cameron about a second ahead of Mark Rechkin in third right now. That's a nice shot. You see the cars dip in as they brake. See this Toyota of McRae hard on the brakes, gonna lean forward as he comes through, turning right here. Smooth left. This is a big arc right here. A lot of drivers will swing out right here, catch the curb, and turn it real tight against the curbing here. Real tight, swing out a bit again. All the way down the drag strip. Somebody spun in the back. Looks like it was Mark. Mark spun out. Oh, I bet the curve got him. We talked about the chicane. There's Mark right there. Oh, that's a pretty good hit. Looks like there's a lot broken right there on that front left. You saw the hood pop up. We'll try it one more time here. Loose under power there after hitting that corner. Man, that just destroyed the front left car. See all the damage there on Mark's car. He's gonna keep going around the track here. He's probably gonna take it into pit road, I'm assuming. Nathan Biggert still leading. He's got a pretty good gap on Cameron right now. About 5, almost 6 seconds ahead. Lots of off tracks. Balsamo had an issue way back here, side by side with the 57 of Payne. See what happened to these guys. Looks like he dove it in way too deep there. Big lockup. And back on track. Mark Rechkin, you're entering pit lane. It's just a bad break for Mark there. It looks like he was doing pretty good, but the car having a hard time settling in after hitting that curve. Bigger doing a great job. King back here also doing a great job riding our driver cam. Real easy there. Looks like he's running fourth here through these corners. First here through these corners. Turn 13 and 14 is going to spit them out on the straight. Just a bit before the 800 marker. Hard right here. Some people clip that curve. Looks like he just got it a little bit. You got John Ross right behind him. Ross looks like he got to that corner a lot better than King did. Striker back there, we saw him get loose there on that first lap, but he had a great recovery. Didn't spin out, really kept it straight, worked it up the track and kept going there. Has some work to do now, running 6th place. Following these guys. A lot of times we'll just stay on track, just run your race. It's almost like a Darlington race. You just run your race, not really focus on catching the guy. A lot of times that guy in front of you will make a mistake. Looks like couple guys had a problem. Salas had an issue. Brock Delgado, we'll see what's going on with these guys. SDK lighting up red here. Salas completely misses that corner, I think. Nope, no, I'm seeing that wrong. Like I said, I haven't ran this track yet. No, he did, yeah. Him and Delgado, they completely ran that loop and missed that corner. I thought they did it. I'm willing to bet that's what happened with Agata also. Looks like they might have both missed that corner. Yeah, there's Salas ahead of him. They ran this outer loop here. You see him slowing down. Those guys going by here just completely missed those corners. Nope, no harm though. Malcolm had an issue. Just hitting Malcolm. The 83 might have a lockup here. Real wide on the grass. Very, very loose on the grass, but keeps it going. A lot of this going to happen here. This is where you get most of your positions. Brock had a problem. Big lockup on the right-hander. Almost gets into him. That same corner there. That corner looks like it's going to be pretty tricky. Agata on the grass. Very loose. There's Sean Hammond going by, and Brock swinging way right, holding his brake, just waiting for these guys. It sucks there to be in that position. You're backwards, but you know guys are coming. You just got to bite your medicine and let them by. Looks like Salas had another shot. I know we're seeing a lot of replays here. A lot of this is going to happen. Looks like he caught the wall, that right side, pretty beat up. Same corner, looks like. Real hard in. Couldn't woe it down quick enough. Back on the track though. Striker here following Ross. Looks like Ross is going to take a look at King. Alonzo King just ahead of him, not quite. Not close enough to get anything though, but he's pretty quick with these corners. On the curbing, Alonzo King got a better arc that time. Ross jumping off that curve. Hear the car slam back down. King, great power coming out. Day here, McRae, Day right ahead of him. McRae, some great road racers here. Burke just behind him. Looks like Payne had a problem. Seems like he hit the wall. Doesn't look like iRacing caught anything. We're gonna have to. SDK caught it. We're gonna have to rewind it real fast here. He still has damage. Might have happened somewhere back here. Let's see if we can find it real fast. Damage through this whole lap. This might have been a while ago. Oh, there it is. Him and Salas got together. I think Payne might have tried to take a look on his inside. We'll see. Oh, Payne swung out. Caught Salas on his right side, and they both went head on into the wall. Lots of damage. We'll take another look real fast. Payne trying to take that arc. Coming out. Salas maybe came down a little bit, but Payne was definitely going to drift up into him, and there they go. Into the wall. Hard hit there. Looks like he almost lost the whole front end. Salas' car doesn't look too bad. Payne definitely got the worst of that. Oh, they do have a fast repair. Payne just confirmed it for us, so those notes need a rework. Biggert still leading. Cameron and pulling away. He's almost 10 seconds. There's Biggert. We'll pull up the track map here. There's Biggert in first, about to last place. Well, third to last, because he's lapped Andrew Payne and Mark Redskin, who have to come in. There's Stefan Salas just ahead of the leaders. Nathan Biggert. There's Cameron in second spot. You see him on the map. Second position, just still working 13 and 14. Brock back here, still running his line. Malcolm just ahead, within striking distance, but three cars here together. There's Jerry Culver, Michael Colton, Leeward Colburn. It's a trio, running a trio of Chevys running together here, just biding their time. You know, a big thing, like I mentioned, is waiting for these guys to make mistakes. They start pushing hard, fatigue starts to set in. Mental fortitude is going to be a big game changer. Looks like Mark and Malcolm had a problem. There's Mark with another issue, unfortunately. I think he just blew this corner. As we've seen, he Yeah, really swung wide. This corner looks like it's really misleading with how hard you can take it. There's Malcolm here. Might have had another lockup here after the drag strip. Straight away. Just went real wide. He's going to catch the grass again here. And do a nice slow spin. It's got to be careful coming off. We saw it earlier. Coming off and trying to get back on the grass. Spins out. Lots of action here. Coulter leading the trio. Another trio here. Hammond just catching up to these guys. Burke and McRae just ahead of him. Now through those kinks off the chicane here. A little bit of payment there. You can cut that corner pretty good and not get hit on the whole track. I don't know if you can do it on this one here. See them rolling. You get so much speed here. It's so misleading. It looks like you can go harder than you can. See them guys battling it out just ahead of John. McRae's gonna get one on Day here. Day super close to McRae. I thought he was gonna give him a bump. See what he does here now and off into the straight. I think he might pull in to turn 1. They're gonna be side by side here. Day's gonna have the preferred line here coming in the corner. McRae's gonna yield. Good racing there. John watching the battle. Day keeping close enough to McRae to get side by side on this inside. It sets up that pass for turn 1. Look at him swing real wide. Gets a great arc into this right-hander. Sets him up for the left-hander. Down through the chicane off into the drag strip. John just closing in so fast to these guys. Looks like he's going to take a peek at McRae. Not quite yet, not close enough. Just being patient here, which is only on lap 9 of 70. Lots of racing to go. Just got to keep the pressure. Looks like Malcolm had another problem. I'm expecting, it looks like he's already a little free there. This corner's so misleading. I think I would have gone around that loop again, but he actually cut it pretty close. There's Bigger right behind him. Nathan Bigger just on rails right now. Lap 17, 16, 15, 14th right now. He's lapping 14th place, which is how Hayden Malcolm, well, he has left 14th place with Hayden Malcolm. All right, lots of action going on. Bigger doing a great job. Dario doing a great job. That's, I think that's 16th place. Isaac Balsamo going wide into the grass. Dario getting around him. Isaac gets to gather back up. Trying to get around the track. This is a pretty difficult road course, it looks like. King running third. It's a nice looking car. Striker right behind him though, might be putting some pressure on. There's some throttle management through these last few corners. Seeing a little bit of slide, not some dust, but he's able to keep the car going. Culver leaving this trio here. This trio, not really trio anymore. Colvin has got around Coulter. They're starting to spread out here. Coulter Danger going a lap down now by Bigger. Oh, McRae with an issue. Not just being off track, but some kind of issue here. There's John Hammond right behind him. Wow, big curve hop. We spoke about the curves. Massive curve hop, and he completely cuts the whole course, it looks like. That should give him some kind of slowdown. Oh man, and Burke almost slammed into it. I gotta back that up one more time. Major issue for McRae. He hit that curve. Oh, he downshift, got him loose. Hits the curve very hard and cuts straight across the grass. Burke back here following John. McRae just pops up right in front of Burke. He's gonna have to check it. He's trying to go for the pass of John, but McRae was there. What a sight. McRae running. Burke way off the grass. Very, very tight. Looked like coming off that corner. Trying to push there, but the car not rotating. Hammond with an issue. No, not Hammond. Ross. Oh, Hammond did have a problem. I thought he had a problem. I'm a bit behind there. It's like he might have overdone that corner. This is the danger corner right here. Tires starting to give, time to wear out, overheat. Can't drive in that as hard as you can anymore. John Ross did have a problem as well. A lot of lookbacks here. That's a great looking car. I like Ross's car. Same thing, just over driving the corner. These guys are gonna have to figure it out. Jerry unfortunately had a problem. McRae coming up pit road. Looks like SDK a bit weird. There's Hammond on pit road. A couple guys taking tires. They're realizing the tires are trying to catch up to them. That corner, big problems already. Looks like McRae has called it for today. That one corner, I believe it's 9, 8, and 9, being a big issue for these guys. It's the tire wear goes on. It's just going to get worse. Let's see another example I'm willing to bet with Delgado. Yep, over, blew the corner. That kind of got that loose there, though. You can keep going around. You're not stuck in the grass, sliding everywhere. Jerry had a problem. We were going to look at it here, but a couple guys started pitting. Same thing with the corner. Again, I'm willing to bet this corner really being a big hindrance for a lot of these guys. Can't go in that hard anymore. And same thing with Delgado. Just went around the loop. Appreciate again everybody tuning in here. Look how big this track is. Massive facility. Cars running around the place. And a big thanks to Sherry, sponsor, the My Three Sons sponsor for Chopshop iRacing. Please show her some love on Facebook and Instagram, My Three Sons. Instagram at Instagram 3sons.my. Show her some love, some support for sponsoring the Chopshop Series. A big trio of cars again here. There's Jerry, Coulter, Hammond trying to work his way back up. Real tight on Coulter there. Salas in pit road. Hammond trying to take a look outside, but this is a right-hander. Coulter's got the preferred line. It looks like he's going to let Hammond go. Hammond now setting his sights on Jerry just ahead of him. And Biggert up here is lapped all the way up to 9th. He's just burning the house down. It's all Biggert all day right now. His race to lose. There's no reason for Biggert to push. Just roll around these corners, right around. Cameron is now just entering this straightaway, this drag strip as Biggert's exiting. Biggert's got about 11.4, almost a 12-second gap on second place. Still a good battle. Hammond gets around Jerry. Coulter way loose, missing that corner again. This is the This is the corner to watch out for. I think we've all realized pretty quickly. The 15 having or 15's position, should say, having a problem. That's Isaac. He might have broke loose going into this corner after the drag strip. Looks like he did. Hit the curve, trying to power up off the curve. The curve is definitely where you don't want to get on the gas. There's no grip on that thing. It's so slick. We heard it right there. Just tires immediately spin up. You want to make sure you're off the curve and get on the asphalt, especially with old tires. Only the top 5 right now are on the lead lap, I believe. Top 8, apologize. Delgado's going to be the last one on the lead lap. Biggert is right behind him, though, as we see him on the track map. Might just pull Andrew Payne and lap the whole field. Looks like Andrew Payne has called it as well. He's about to jump in, see where he's doing. McRae out of the race. Salas there. The only 2 cars that called it quits is Andrew Payne and James McRae. Stock car racing very difficult on road races. It takes a certain finesse skill to wheel around heavy cars that don't want to turn around a road course. And these cars have definitely gotten better than the older cars. They're more GTS cars. They're pretty balanced. The weight's pretty good, but they're still heavy. They're still stock cars. They still, take a lot of finesse to wheel around, woe down a heavy car. As we see Cameron doing the job here. Hitting this here down the straight, braking slightly before the first marker for this right-hander. We see Hammond there just ahead of him. Alonzo King with a problem. He was running third. Looks like he locked up the left-hander after the straight. There goes Brock. Little too hard in that corner there. A lot of guys short pitting, and it's not a bad move. A lot of times we run these road courses backwards, and what that means is you pit early on in your pit window to get fresher tires, run quicker on the track to get some ground back. I thought Cam was about to spin there. That probably looked almost like it was over rotating, but he's wheeling it really good. We'll make the stops early, get fresh tires, and start gaining as much time as we can. And by the time the next guy pits, we go in again. There's another cycle. So a lot of different strategies. Bigger, nothing to worry about though. Just cruising around. 14 seconds ahead of second place. Able to take it very deep there. King with another off track. Let's try to dip the tire here or there. So lots of action here. Coulter right behind Jerry. They're still all racing for position. Everybody pretty spread out, more or less. Trying to get around Brock, who's a lap down, a couple laps down to him. Brock lets him by into the straight. Really the only real battle here right now is Coulter, who's trying to get by Jerry, and Kolbenitz, who's just slightly behind these guys, not too far out. So this trio is starting to close up again. Everybody else kind of spread out in left cars. What's the fifth? John Ross and Jason Day pretty close to each other, relatively speaking. These are your closest. Looks like. Oh, that's a slow right-hander. I thought they went off track. He's a 42 here. Jerry a little free there off the exit. Back up and take a look. Trying to power up off this corner, just catches the grass. Once you get that grass, it just sucks you in. There goes Coulter. And the 42 right behind him of Kolbenitz. Jerry back around Kolbenitz. Striker doing a great job getting back up there into third now. Going around these lap cars. Very, very respectable racers on the track right now. Tracker running the 88 Brock, heading down into pit road. Pit road pretty tight on that entry. Couple guys coming in, just Brock. A couple guys pitted prior. We saw Hammond come in, McRae come in, but he had exited shortly. I thought he was on tactical strategy. Hammond running ninth right now, doing a good job trying to get up to Delgado and get around him. Delgado, a little lockup. He's going to go straight. Miss that loop again. This is definitely being a crush for a lot of guys. Looks like Isaac missed it again, but he's sitting on the track. He's got to get moving. There he goes. Might have killed the car. Isaac's going to dive into pit road. This is a good opportunity to show you just how narrow this pit lane is. Pit entry. Grass on one side. That's going to lead you into the wall on the other side. Very tight entry. After that, it opens pretty wide up. The actual pit road's fairly big. Biggert doing a great job. Leading the field right now. Look at that interval. 15.5 seconds over Dario and Strickland, but it's still not over. Lots of action to come. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at Indianapolis. Welcome back to Indianapolis. Biggert still leading. Looks like Dario cut into his interval, his gap there. Just a couple seconds, but no, not really nothing to worry about unless it starts to short up or close in really fast. With it looks like it might, but I'm not too sure. Biggert is it just backing it down, just riding his race out as we're nearing the end of our stage here. Just to recap, our first stage will be completion of 25. So once Biggert takes 26, or should the lead change, whoever the leader at the time takes 26. Second stage is 50, completion of 50, 51 will be when the stage will end and the top 10 will get the points. Cautions won't be thrown. Some race info wrong there, apologize. So they're going to run it green all the way from here on out. Lots of issues during our break for a couple guys. Burke, one of them. And again, we were seeing it all through the night here as the tire checks were out. Even before, these guys really go hard in. You see that trail of smoke behind them. Burke misses the corner. I think, want to say the rest of the guys probably had the same problem. John Ross here, I think he might have hooked it around here after the chicane onto... Oh, looks like his wheel disconnected. You see when the wheel starts turning really fast like that, all of a sudden it just goes to one side. That means more often than not, that means the wheel disconnected. Unfortunate for Rossa. See if he got it back together. Delgado had another problem. Maybe a big lockup here off the first corner. Big lockup, and here's a good usually there's an access road here you can take that. Normally in real racing it's not, or in the real race that road isn't blocked off, so if they do blow that corner, they can take this access road or this shortcut to go around and get back on the track. I don't know why iRacing blocked it off like that. Burke with another problem during our break. So free. We mentioned it earlier with Isaac, those curbs there, so slick. There's absolutely no grip there, and they'll get you loose pretty fast. Good recovery for Burke though. Biggert still leading, working 22, about to take over to 26. Ross back on the track. He got his wheel figured out, running in 6th place right now. Throw the track map back up. Get a good idea where everybody's at. A good chunk of cars there. Corner, I think that's 8, 9, and 10. Delgado, Malcolm, good bounce back. See them funnel out here. Hammond running good here, running in 8th. Here, Biggert shutting the car off, I believe. I'm right with him for a bit. But he's pretty much lapped all the way up to 8th, and that 7th place ahead of him, that's Burke, just in front of him. It looks like he might get Burke as well. I apologize. There's Coulter, and then Burke right ahead of him. Yeah, Biggert's coasting around. Looks like he's just trying to make it in one go. Or he's trying to hit a number, make it to the stage. Shutting it off almost every corner, it sounds like. Cameron not. Looks like he's good to go, and he's closing in on Biggert pretty quickly, so that might have been by design. Cameron falling back as much as he did, saving early so he can push late, but I don't think he'll catch Biggert with 2 to go on the stage. Over with another problem coming down the front stretch here. Misses the right-hander there. Cuts the grass back into the start. An interval closing in pretty quick now for Cameron. think he'll catch Biggert in time, though. He's closing in pretty quick, but we got a lap to go. Burke, it says Burke had a problem. He might have just had an off track. Just too hard in that corner as well. Biggert still coasting around, trying to make it back. He's going to have to make it at least 2 more times around because he's got to cross the line and finish the stage and then go around again to come into pit road. Cameron about just a little under 5 seconds. Looks like Nate's back on the power there, keep managing that gap he has. Full power for Biggert now. Looks like he's saving enough in his mind to make it back around. Striker right behind Mark Gretchen there. Mark running some Corvette emblems there on that car. Mark staying to the inside. Very cordial there. Letting Cameron around. No reason to fight. Mark just getting his laps in, trying to get the race in. So Nathan Biggert's going to be your winner for the stage. No stage breaks, though. We got to keep going. I'm expecting them to come in at pit road this time, but we'll see together. Biggert's going to be your stage winner. Dario Stryker. In all reality, whoa! Coulter way off Delgado. We just snapped to him. Delgado almost slammed into him. Coulter was in 10th, and the stage officially ends when 10th place car crosses the line. Got him powering up. Coulter trying to get back on the track. Man, great avoidance there by Delgado. He's going to be your 10th place car. Coming around, so that's your official stage end. It's when the top 10 come in, so Biggert wins the stage officially. Dario Stryker, King, Ross, Hammond, Burke, Malcolm, Delgado will get 10th place, one the playoff point there. Salas with the issue. These tires really coming into play. Might loop it around here after the corner. No, I think he's out of fuel. Looks like Salas ran out of fuel trying to finish the stage. He didn't have enough to make it back around. Well, he turns it back on. Maybe enough in the fuel lines. That's odd. The car just died on him. Or he was trying to save fuel and it just wouldn't fire back on. And he got it rolling again. Burke with an issue as well. Car not wanting to respond to the inputs. Very tight off that corner and the curbs get him. Going back around Burke. Ross also with an issue. SDK being a little weird here. Apologize. There we go. Not bringing me back. Onto King running. I was mentioning Jerry Culver had just pitted just a little bit ago. Took service on his car back out on the track. A little over rotating there off the corner. Still a clean car, still running good. Culver in 14th right now. Here the tires almost spin up on Striker. Salas and Malcolm had an issue. I don't know if they had a problem together. It doesn't look like. Malcolm might have locked it up here on this corner. No lockup, but he does definitely goes wide there. It's going to do a little loop here as he comes off on the grass. And the reason why we see this is you're turning on the grass and you're kind of working it there. But the grass is so slick. There's no grip on the grass. I mean, it's grass, right? You see how hard he's turning. The car's going to keep rotating that way when you hit the grass. And it'll carry that momentum, that same direction, arc, if you will, all the way through the grass. Sometimes you can save it if it's that deep. Sometimes you can't. It'll carry you back on the track and you end up going around. There's Salas trying to recover. I think his car's dead again. Doesn't look like it, just being very gentle coming off the grass. Malcolm had a problem here, maybe same issue, a lockup here after the drag strip. Great smoke for him. He was able to keep it off the grass. Biggert's still running. There's Dario now in the picture, right behind him. Not sure how much longer they can go on this fuel tank. 100% definitely coming into play. Biggert and Dario have lapped the field up to 7th place. Only top 6 are on the lead right now. Lead lap, I should say. And the 6th and 5th are just ahead of 1st and 2nd, as you can see on the track map there. And I'm willing to bet they're going to get a lap down as well. Striker's just exiting the drag strip, so he's more than a half a track down right now. Goes bigger. These guys still haven't pitted. Not sure quite how much further they can go, but it looks like they're going to let it dry. Figured a little lock up there. Look, he sees Cameron right behind him. He might be trying to push a little harder now. Lines, these two guys very close to each other, approaching lap traffic pretty quickly. It's Nathan Biggert here running the corner. It's Jerry just ahead of him in 13th. They're closing it pretty quick here as we enter the back stretch off this kink down onto the drag strip. Nice wide shot here for Cameron and Biggert here. Do this left hand quick right, this little curve here behind him. Found coming in the 85 there. Apologize, 83. I think Striker had an issue there on his pit stop. And you see him adjust there. Cameron now coming in ahead of Biggert. I've got to say that's going to bring Biggert into the picture, but Biggert was saving earlier, so we'll see if he keeps going. Cameron, we didn't hear him shut off the car at all, catching up to Biggert, so I'm assuming he ran it dry quicker than Biggert. I'm not too sure how much longer Biggert has left in the tank as he laps 5th place. And that striker right now who just came into pit road, he should get that back when Biggert pits, I believe. He might get around him this time. Burke with the problem. Coming on pit exit. Oh, just over rotates there, trying to gas it up off the exit. See him spinning it, just trying to get some momentum going and get back on the track. Cold tires. Won't grip as well. Burke doing good though. Oh, lock up by Mark and they get together. Redskin was a position ahead of him, I believe. You see Burke swinging hard, trying to stay off Mark. That's a pretty good shot though. Mark swings out wide. I don't think that was Mark's fault though. Mark swung out wide. I think Burke drove in a little too hard with those cold tires. You see him, he missed the corner as well. We'll get a wider shot. Come back one more time. See Mark driving in the corner, but the car won't rotate. Burke's already breaking loose there. Might be, we talk about that tunnel vision, might be something like that. He's staring at Mark's car and just going to the same place, doing the same thing Mark's did. Gives the tap to Mark and that finishes him off. Just a bad deal there. But Day, Ross in pit road. There goes Day exiting pit road. Ross right behind him. Redskin coming in. Striker here. I'm not too sure who's just ahead of him. That's Delgado ahead of him. Coming off the track. Swinging wide. Got to be careful. Side by side here. Delgado lets him go. Biggert coming in. Looks like he's going to split the race in half and pit on lap 36 so he can make it from here on one tank of gas. One stop race for Nate Division here. Splitting the race in half. He's got to make this pit stop pretty good, but we'll see where Cameron comes out. See him working 13 and 14 back there, looks like. Right behind the trio, 7-6. Ross coming back in, might have had a problem. Comes Cameron around. He might take the position from Biggert here. It's going to be close. Nathan Biggert still getting service. Cameron looks like there's Biggert exiting. It's going to be pretty tight. There he is on the straightaway. Looks like Cameron's gonna get it here. Takes over the lead, but he's got a little bit more worn tires than Biggert. Biggert falls in right behind him. We'll see how Cameron does here in first place. Biggert's real close to him though. We talk about short pitting or running the race in reverse, and there's the ground difference there. Cameron pitting earlier than the leader. He kept up with Biggert the whole way. We'll see if he can put the power down now. Looks like Mark had another issue there. I'm gonna back it up here. Seems to have broken loose off the curb here. Another victim of the curve. Looks like he was over rotating well before the curve there. Keeps it locked down, lets striker by. Almost gets John in trouble. Biggert had a problem. Side by side with, I think that's Day or Burke. He might have braked himself here in this corner. and it just over rotates. It looks like he's pushing so hard trying to catch up to Cameron maybe, or I'm just speculating here, but major groundwork needed for the number 19 now. See if he can catch up to the 4. He really takes that corner in. Cameron has warmer tires there. Biggert on fresh tires still. Takes about a lap or so to get him back. Biggert has another issue. Looks like he's going to outbrake himself from this corner. He's trying so hard. Now I got to say he's trying so hard to get going again. These fresh tires really being a big problem for Nathan Biggert, who ran just a phenomenal race at the start. I didn't think he was going to have a problem there. You might have saw Cameron pulling away a little bit. But with fresh tires, you got to recognize that you're going to lose some ground there. That guy's got warmer tires. They're up to temp. They're a little bit scuffed, so they're going to grip better. See if Nathan Biggert can rally back up here. But Cameron did pit earlier than Nathan Biggert, so we'll see if he can make it all the way. We know Biggert can. He's splitting the race in half, so anything can happen still. Malcolm had a problem here. Might have had the same problem we've seen before. He just went straight there, could not get the car to turn. Chancel through the grass. Back on the track. It's working lap 38 now to 39. Cameron passing to take over to 39 down the straight. You see Biggert now has a big a gap to shoot to work on. We see third back there as well, working 13, 14, to find a few corners there. Nathan Biggert has got some work to do there. Now, I think he can do it. We'll see if that fuel strategy works out. Top 2 on the lead lap here. Top 3, I believe. Top 5, excuse me. Top 5 on the lead lap. I'm not sure why it's showing them in blue. Dario has a 22-second, and it's probably going to gain a bit here, but we'll see how it works out. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the stage end and the finish of the race. Welcome back here. Dario still leading the gap here, 20 seconds to a bigger chipping away at it, but still got a long way to go. We still got a lot of racing to go though, so plenty of time. I think Biggert's on right path though, with splitting the race in half. I don't know if Cameron can make it. Sorry, I just got the chat working here on my end, and it's probably on my end if it's breaking up because the internet's so terrible right now. Apologies about that. Cameron, I apologize. Hammond on pitting. Looks like he missed his box. And he's having a lot of issues, it looks like. John still on pit road now. Get his tire chains. Having a lot of issues figuring out the box there. These guys are pitting backwards, so it's a little weird. Here he goes. Coulter on pit road. Goes exiting pit road. Cameron still leading the race. Biggert. He's got to be patient here. He's closing in on Cameron. It's going to have the fresher tires there as Cameron laps 5th position. Is the only top 4 in the lead lap now. As Stalas enters pit road for his final stop. Doing a great job. Everybody pretty much spread out on the track here. Just got to run their race for the rest of the way. We still got a ways to go. Finishing out the second stage, and then it'll be a short dash to the last stage. Day right, well, not quite right behind the leader. There's John in 6th, coming out in 6th. So not the pit stop's not hurting him too much there. He did it well enough job there to stay in the top 10. Burke around Ross. This is for position. Burke taking 7th from John Ross right behind him. Let's see if Ross can battle back. It's like they had an issue. You see all that smoke back there. Might have locked it up here trying to keep it from spinning. Curve there. Not quite all the way around. Good recovery. These curves will get you. Ross in the tracks of Burke there, not letting him get away. Burke really pressuring, Ross really pressuring Burke. He might have to be careful there. Leg breaks a little bit later than Burke. He's going to have the spot here. Real tight through the corner now. Burke's in position. He's going to let Ross by though. Burke falls in line. Good battle here as Ross starts to pull away from Burke. Delgado coming in for his final stop. Salas back on pit road. Or I don't think he'd left pit earlier. No, he didn't. He's still there. He might have called it for the day. Delgado exiting now. There goes Cameron. Bigger here. Alonzo King again with a great rebound. Running our driver cam. Burke having a problem here. Off that same corner. Coulter, oh, they get together. Burke trying to get by Coulter there. Let me see what went on with these guys. I think they just ended up in the same spot together. Burke goes wide. Coulter, I'm not sure if tunnel vision, just locked it up and got in the grass. Then Burke's trying to go and he rolls into Coulter. Unfortunately for Coulter, he ends up backwards. Back on the track now though. Coulter diving back into pit road. Burke as well coming into pit road. Hammond rolling around here, still in 6th place. Closest cars for position are these two here, though. There's Jerry Culver and Leroy Kolbenitz in the 10th spot, just ahead of Jerry in position for a top 10 with 25 to go. Making great grounds there on that tricky right-hander. Lots of distance closing in. Looks like he figured that corner out very well. Really closed in on Kolbenitz, but he gets a little free there off the exit of the 13. Going on 14 here. And this is where your speed's at off that corner. You see Kolbenitz pull away. I think Jerry's better at those tricky intersections. He dives in for the first corner of this first right-hander. Doing a good job trying to close in to Kolbenitz. Still in striking distance. Looks like King had a problem as well. Same issue we've seen all night. Looks like, no, not quite. Might have got loose off into 13. Oh, he catches the grass. Keeps it straight though. Good recovery. Didn't loop it around, but lots of time lost there. I don't think it hurt him too bad though. Still running in 3rd. See, just caught the grass here, trying to arc it, get himself set for that arc into the left-hander, and got the right sides into the grass. They start to slip and it rotates the car. Keeps it going though. King still running in 3rd. 4th place, just a bit behind him. leading. Take a look at the time difference there. Biggert was gaining for a bit. Cut 4 seconds off. Almost 4.5 seconds off those last 2 laps there, but Cameron's got a little bit of it back. He did close in a bunch though. We saw 22 seconds before the break. He's 12 seconds behind, a little under 13 seconds for Biggert. He's closing in still. Burke coming back into pit road with a, looks like he had a speeding penalty his last time by. Gonna come in here and it's like change tires and serve that. Cameron coming by. Cameron doing a good job. Biggert trying to close in. King trying to ride out the top 3, but Stryker's just a bit behind him as well. Still in striking distance should King make a major mistake. King trying to get around some lap traffic there. That's the 83 of Malcolm. Day here running in 5th. These guys just trying to finish off the rest of the race. Day running down the drag strip. Oh, big lockup for Day. Really drives it in there. You see the front tires completely locked up. Not only does that hurt your corner entry, obviously, it shoots you out into the grass, but you're locking up the fronts. The fronts have bigger brakes there than the rears. All the forward momentum, you need more stopping power on the front. But what that does is you lock up the tires, and that spot on the tire is just dragging against the pavement for so much distance at such a speed, and it starts making that part of the tire flat, what we call flat spotting. And iRacing conveys that very well. As the tire rotates and it gets, that part of the tire gets to the track, you're losing grip at that portion. Every time it turns 1 revolution and that patch, that flat spot hits the tire, the track, you don't have as much grip as you normally would, even with scuff tires. But flat spotting the tires for that long, it definitely hurts your tire wear so bad. And it just makes the car so much harder to drive. Good recovery for Day, though. Jerry had an issue back here. Oh, got loose off the curbing there, I think. Trying to gas it up. Oh, looks like he was off it. Just trying to gas it up there. Tires are old. Good catch, though. Didn't loop it around. Kept it straight. Nope. Little half spin there. Talked about the car carrying momentum, the arc through the grass there, sending you back on the track. You're going to keep going that direction. Still good recovery for Jerry, though. Kept going forward. Malcolm coming down pit road. 20 to go. This race is winding down here. Here coming down, he goes straight. Oh, Ross gets into Stryker, who's in 4th. John Ross just completely outbrakes himself. All right, along with him. Looks like he was trying to go for a pass there, and he just completely sends Stryker not quite around, but he slides him there. Striker still good recovery, coming back on the track, keeps it going as quick as he possibly can. Cameron right behind this group of lap down cars now, closing into lap 4th place. King down, exiting the straightaway there, going to 1 and 2. Bigger losing ground now to Cameron. See there, Cameron starting to pull away pretty quickly now. 19 laps to go. Burke having a problem in the grass. Locks it up going into the corner there. Tires are still pretty fresh. Still need to get warmed up there. It takes about 2 to 3 laps to get them going here. That's good ways around. We talked about flat spotting the tires. He locked it up for a bit of distance there, trying to not shoot into the grass. Coulter, we see him back out on the track. Burke looks like he's going to loop it around again. Malcolm as well with an issue. Just in front of Burke. Malcolm going the wrong way. Nope. I thought he was going the wrong way. Was not quite sure where it was on the track. Malcolm just overshoots that corner down the drag strip. King coming in. Take his last stop of the night. Good stop there, gonna take his serve. It looks like it's just gas and go for King. Splash and dash just to make it to the end. There he goes, he's exit as first and second go by. That'll put him a lap down. Striker inherits 3rd place. Malcolm coming in. See if Striker can make it on fuel there. He'll be poised for a good finish, but I think he's going to need a pit. We'll see. You see first and second here. Still somewhat close to each other. Bigger back to 12.5 seconds. Close those 2 seconds back on Cameron Dario. John Ross here, right behind Striker. Mark right behind him. Good bounce back for Mark. We saw him spin and hit the wall pretty hard earlier, way early in the race. If there was time to do it, it'd be way early in the race. He's bounced back to 8th place here, right behind John Ross, trying to get some more. Great looking car now, very clean. There's Malcolm right there in the background exiting pit road. This pit road exit's so tricky. You kind of almost cut the corner, come in. There's your exit there. You can blend in to the track. Hammond still in 6th, 2 positions down from where he started, but doing a great job so far. Lock up for someone ahead of him. Looks like Day taking the loop. That's going to give Hammond a 5th spot there as Day goes around the outer loop there after that straight. Brett here in 11th, trying to go by the number 3, just get around some lap traffic. Bigger right behind them, trying to work both of the cars in front of them lap down to the leaders. This is all time loss for Bigger there. Coulter swings wide to let him by. Oh, Coulter spinning in the back. Saw it just in the mirror of Nathan Bigger's car. He swung wide to let, I'm assuming to let Bigger by, but he went a little too wide and caught some grass. No worries. Rights in and keeps going. This guy's doing a phenomenal job so far. Striker rolling around here. Trying to get the power down. Downshift. Green's wide, rolls around this corner. We used to turn right here, go around this loop, and then back into this section, but they kind of streamlined it, made it a little pain. You can almost take it straight down to the drag strip. Hard on the brakes early for this tight left. A little bit of curve. Short right, quick left. Tight, sweeping right here, a bit of a curve. After the corner all the way around onto the main part of the track. Just for a little bit, and then you're gonna dip back in this corner here. We seem to catch a lot of guys. Striker, not one of them. Figured it out pretty quickly. Nuts left is 13 or 14. It's a quick right leads you back onto the straightaway. Good job by Striker there. Another Coulter back onto pit road. So way left of his box. It looks like, but it might just be me. Coulter coming in. I mean, Culver coming in for his final stop, I'm assuming. Colbinet's doing a good job running his race, running in 9th spot here. It's top 10 for him so far if he can hang on. Salas had an issue. Looks like maybe a spin on one of these corners. Looks like he's really slow. He stopped there. Oh, he's letting Biggert go by. He's letting the leaders go by is essentially what's happening. Biggert and Burke behind him. Jerry leaving pit road. See that pit exit? It's a little odd. You cut the corner and then blend in onto the second corner. Dario doing a great job. Leading Nathan Biggert, but Biggert's closing in pretty quick. You see him on the track map now. With 15 to go, Biggert really found a gear. See Dario is just ahead of them, entering that short chute, if you will, off the corner. Biggert not letting those early spins get him. He rallied back. Oh, Dario's in the grass, pushing pretty hard, it looks like. Good recovery, though. He didn't spin. He's going to keep on it. And there's Biggert. I think Cameron sees Biggert closing in. He's trying to push harder and harder there. See him lock up. Get some grass there. He's going to get back on the track and keep going. See Nathan Biggert there, right in Cam's tracks. Curve for everybody there, trying to make that corner as straight as you possibly can. Both of them on the actual drag strip. Coming down, Nathan closing in ever so slightly to Cameron Dario. See him cut through the S's here. Cameron doing a great job holding off Nathan Bigger. There's Jerry Culver coming off pit road. Again, he might have had a problem earlier. I know speeding getting a lot of these guys. Staying real wide of the leaders. There's a good battle happening here. Striker is in third there, right behind the leaders. So first and second, pretty much lapping the entire field. See if Bigger's just taking his time here. Not really pushing too hard. Still has a lot of time left. Cameron with great power coming out of that corner. Gets the ground. Bigger's little slide there. The car wiggle, braking hard. Both these guys rolling it down. Malcolm has an issue. Looks like he's okay now. Salas as well. Both these guys had a problem. I'll back it up here. Looks like they both maybe slid this corner. There's Malcolm just ahead of him. Salas looks like he stopped just for Malcolm, not to hit Malcolm. Good job by him. Still first and second up here. Mark having a problem, not Mark. And he's just ahead of the leaders as his Striker. Lap traffic might be a hindrance for Cameron. He's doing a good job holding Nathan Bigger off, but they got 2 lap cars ahead of him. See if Cameron can dissect these cars pretty quick. Nathan Bigger's right on his bumper. See the weight shift around. Cameron a little bit exiting in the middle of that track. That part of the track there. Figuring out that corner pretty well. Seeing the gap, he's got on Bigger. Bigger closed it in there. Has a better entry here. Looks like. I gotta say Nathan Bigger's just biding his time, not really going forward, if you will. Staying within distance of Cameron, waiting for those laps to tick down, getting his tires back underneath him, and then waiting for his moment to really go. He caught Cameron pretty quick. Looks like he's taking a peek here. Nothing quite there. It's going to mess up his entry, though. Striker off the track, letting the guys go by. That'll put the entire field third through last a lap down. That's pretty interesting there. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Now, I don't even think Andrew Payne has done that on a racetrack. I know he's lapped up to 4th or 5th, maybe around there. He might have, but I don't remember him going all the way to second. But to have 2 cars lap the entire field, that just shows how great they are. Bigger hard on that corner, a little free there, trying to stay off Cameron. Cameron goes wide, and that's the moment Bigger's been waiting for. Just biding his time, waiting for Cameron to make a mistake. Cameron sends it too hard in that corner, catches the grass, and that's it for Nate. I think Cameron Dario, Nathan Bigger's going to be gone, in my opinion. We'll take a look here. Cameron, maybe some mirror driving in this corner, pushes it in a little too hard, locks it up, gets the grass. There goes the 19 by. It's smooth sailing for the 19s here. Looking at back-to-back wins. Cameron's still a bit there. He's still pretty close for getting an off track like that. It wasn't too bad. the gap start to form. Nathan Bigger starts to pull away, working a 2-second gap here on second place. First, second, and third in line, but third a lap down. Their striker doing a good job. See if he can make it on fuel. We got 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go here. Nathan Bigger's going to work the final few corners. Pretty much everybody scattered in different positions there. The only battle there was for first, and looks like Nathan Bigger might start walking away with it as his gap starting to open up. Lonzo King doing a good job here running in fourth. Running our driver cam. Great bounce back from that pit road mishap earlier, running fifth. Jason Day as well, doing a good job running in 6th place. Couple of issues for him, but nothing detrimental. Great looking car there. John Ross as well. I like this car a lot. I really enjoy flat black. That flat black against that metallic green. And it's a Ford, so, you know, I'm not saying I'm biased, but I'm pretty biased to Ford. But no, it's a great drive for John Ross. A little issue with Striker a bit ago, a couple laps ago, but nothing too crazy there. Mark, probably the best comeback I've seen all night so far. He wrecked, hit the wall really hard, pretty much destroyed the front left of the car, got it fixed. I'm assuming they have a fast repair. Took this fast repair back up on the track, running some GT style number blocks in colors there with the Corvette logo. Right behind Striker there. Colbinet's right behind him. Well, not right behind him, but behind him in position. Throw the track mat back up. They're doing a great job in the 42. Another good looking car. Good color scheme. I enjoy the darker colors there. Work well against each other. Burke as well. A couple problems here and there for Burke, but a solid top 10 tonight so far, if you can hang on. It's a very, very exhausting race here. 70 laps. Long way around. Jerry Culver, good bounce back as well for Jerry, running 11th, just outside the top 10. Burke's about a minute ahead of him on the track. Oh, really? Jerry really on top of that curve. Hold on, I got to see that. Do a close-up view. I mean, he all over that curve there. You heard the car slam down on the track. Almost completely up on it. Wow. See the car bounce? That's a shot right there. He didn't lose it. That's the great part. Burke had a problem. We just saw him. Had an issue here. Gonna catch some grass here and might loop around. He does. John's able to miss him. There goes John. Just by Burke. Burke's sitting there waiting to make sure everybody goes by. Jerry doing a great job. Little slide off the chicane. Malcolm doing good also in the Cyber Power car. Bunch of Chevys out here. Salas in the Toyota Menards. Lots of good experience here on for road racing. Thought he's toughing it out. This race looks like it's pretty. It's very long and very hard. And I'm sure this track has beat you up mentally. Great car there. Coulter in 14th off the track. Delgado as well in 15th has called it. Joshua Bach 16th. Balsamo in 17th. McRae in 18th. And Andrew Payne last on the field in 19th. Mark Redskin coming in for pit road. Might be too short on fuel. Malcolm has a problem. Let's see what happened to Hayden. Another lockup here after the drag strip ends, it looks like. See him going straight. He tries to turn in initially and then he aborts. Knowing he's carrying too much speed, he really goes wide there to keep off the ground. That's pretty smart though. If you know you're not gonna make the corner, sometimes it's better to go straight, get the car load up, and then turn around, than trying to force it, get in the grass, and then you're backwards. That's good heads-up driving there by Malcolm. Smart driving there. Haggard still in the lead now. 5.5 second gap on Cameron Dario. He's got to run his race now. He's on pace. Oh, John Hammond hard on into the wall. What? Hey, he destroyed the front of that car. He was doing so good. Let's see what happened to Hammond. Wow. Hammond was running in 5th. Just hard in the wall. Let's see what happened with him. Oh, he's loose. He's carrying too much speed. That sand trap doesn't really slow you down as much, and he just went straight into the tire wall. He's trying to slow it down, but the tires are worn. They're not gonna not load down enough. And man, look at the car just go up in the air like that. That's wow. Just want to see that one more time in slow motion. Look at that. Just a hard, tough. Wow, look at how high you can see the under tray. Just a tough break for John. I think it blew the engine or maybe broke something because he just towed from here instead of driving it back and taking I guess they have a fast repair. I'm still not too sure, but based on how Mark came out. SDK giving me a problem now. Or iRacing is, so won't let me come back. There we go. 4 laps to go. We're right towards the end. Biggert's there. Cameron's closing in now. He's only 4 seconds behind. He was 5.5. Starting to put the pressure on a bit. We might have another battle here towards the end. Malcolm having another issue. Again on the straight, it looks like. Swings it wide this time. He catches the grass. He's gonna loop him around. It's gonna loop him around. So they're trying to gas it off. Good recovery though. Not a complete spin. There's Cameron. Dario in the GOAT number 4. I like that purple. It's my favorite color. And it's a Ford, so I know who I'm going for. Not to be biased, but I'm probably being biased. Getting a lot of time there on Nathan Biggert, looks like, but Biggert starts to pull away off those corners. Redskin with a problem. Trying to find where Mark is. Oh, hits the curb. Wow, way high on the curb. Look at how thick that curb is. Really hard on that curb. It sits the car and it's bouncing there, and that's what's happening. You're turning, you're shifting the weight. It's bouncing off the curb like that, off the ground, and it's gonna kick you around. Mark just absolutely nails that curb, but gets it right pretty quick. Cameron also all over that curb, doing all he can. Now he's losing ground against Nathan Bigger, about a 5-second gap this time. 3 to go. Can't work those corners there. Losing a lot of ground now to Nathan Bigger. I think Bigger just backed off a bit. Might have had a scare somewhere along the line, or just realized he really didn't need to run that hard. Starting to pull away from Cameron now. Hammond in pit road still. Probably still towing, falling back on the running order here. Culver taking tires, had to do a late race pit stop. He's gonna pull out here and probably pass John on position. Salas having a problem. See if he maybe hit the curb here as well. You see him lock it up, trying to get it turned, and too much speed around. Spins around. Jerry Culver coming off the track. He's going to get by John Hammond on position. That's going to put him in the top 10 for the 13. Great day for Jerry. A couple of issues throughout the race, but keeping hanging on in there. Two to go. Working around these final few corners. Bigger's got a 6-second gap there on the second place Cameron Dario. Cameron just entering that short chute, if you will. Nathan Biggard's going to come off the final corner and take the white flag. Phenomenal race. Barney waving the white flag. 14 more corners for Nathan Biggard. He's got to keep it steady. He's got a big gap over the second place. No mistakes for him, and he'll most likely finish where he's at. Look at the brake rotors glowing. These guys are braking so hard. Stryker doing a great job as well, bouncing back from that early race mishap. Little bobbly through the corners there. Hanging on to third. Looks like he's going to make it possibly. Still got the whole track to go. 2.36 miles. Biggert here behind a couple lap cars. Doesn't really need a pass. He's got enough time to be patient. King around in the dirt. See, looks like the curb there, real wide on the almost on the kitty litter. Look at that car leaning to the right, to the left. His left, all right. Real swinging wide, a little bit of grass, and that's what sent him around that little bit, and that's it. Biggert coming off turn 14. And he's going to take the win. Phenomenal drive by Nathan Biggert. Cameron Dario coming off here. There he is off the final corner. He's going to finish in second. Stryker coming around the last corner. He's going to hang on just with enough fuel from what I'm hearing in third, and King in fourth right behind him. These guys, look how spread out these guys are. They're still Coming around, Nathan Bigger's going to burn it down here on the first turn. Very, very long race. We'll wait for these guys to come in down to the awaiting booth as Nathan Biggert absolutely just blows it up there on the start-finish line. Here we go. These guys coming in. We're talking with our third place finisher, Michael Strickland there. A very long race. First time running this configuration in these cars. Maybe trying to figure out how long to run. But this was quite a race, I think. How did it feel for you? This track definitely pretty tricky. There's a lot of road courses are, but it's something special about Indianapolis. Even running the road races, such a famous track. Tell me about the start of the race. That first corner off the I believe the second corner, a little loose there. Lost a couple of spots. Gathering it back up, didn't really spin out, but kind of had to woe it down. Saving the car. From there on, it's just a big mental game. You see the lap counter. It's chugging along. Mentally, how do you prepare yourself for the rest of the race? Indianapolis definitely taking its toll on a lot of guys, a lot of off tracks, a couple of incidents for you as well. Talk to me about strategy. Did you have a game plan? Usually we'll pit after every stage, but road courses not having stage breaks, how do you plan it out for this type of race? tell me towards the end of the race, it's pretty rare we run a race anywhere, officials or other league races. We run them this long, straight in one shot from flag to flag. Mentally, how are you feeling at those final few laps? You're just begging to see the checker. You just want to end the race. How are you feeling in that moment?
We're running stages throughout the year, but just not in the road courses. Everybody kind of decided to go no stages in the road courses to kind of mimic the big boys in the Cup Series. And I mean, for the most part, Chop Shop is well known for long runs, anyways. In most of our series. So a lot of these guys, in fact, most of these guys are ready for it. But yeah, coming to the end and you get the green flag or checkered flag, most of these guys are going to be pretty excited about getting that break.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you giving us some insight as one of the league founders, really putting a lot of effort to keep Chop Shop going and making it a great place to be. Tell us where to find Chop, where to go. Give us your shout outs.
Yeah, so if anybody's interested in racing with us, we're on Discord at Discord chopshop.iracing. We're on Facebook as well. You can just search for Chop Shop iRacing, and then obviously YouTube, which we're broadcasting our own in-house broadcasting with YouTube at chopshop_TV. So feel free to go in there, post a comment, Facebook or Discord. Jump on in. I want to thank all the sponsors that help us briefly. Our main sponsor, My Three Sons, is Sherry. We love her, and we thank her very much for everything that she does. And Joseph, you did an excellent job today. We appreciate what you do. Broadcast looked awesome. I'll let you get to the other guys, but one last thing. I want to say hi to my mom. I know she's recovering, and I hope you're feeling good, and everything's going to be great.
Awesome. Love it. Love the paint you're running for your mother, and of course, prayers from our family to yours that she beats that thing and does great for the rest of her life. But great run for the number 88. We'll see how you do next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Striker running a great race there. Great recovery there to finish in second. We got Cameron Dario. We spoke to him last week. He wasn't too sure about racing or road racing here, but he definitely gave Nathan Biggert a run for his money. Cam, how was the race feeling for you? It looked pretty interesting. You guys lapped pretty much the entire field.
Man, I wish I had taken tires. That's all I wish. I wish I had taken tires. I didn't take tires when I pit. So I think Nate was still faster than me. So he was probably going to catch me, but it was fun at the end. Kept wrecking. He messed up. I messed up. I had to save a bunch of gas. Like, so much.
We saw a lot of back and forth between both you guys there, but tell me, starting the race here, this race is so long. I think we ran for an hour and 30-something minutes straight, flag to flag, no breaks. How do you mentally prepare for yourself for that?
I didn't. I didn't know what to expect. I'm pretty sure I told you guys I was going to wreck lap 1. So I didn't know, and then, to be honest, it kind of went fast for me. So I just was making sure I was hitting my marks as best as I could. And once I was in the lead, it like kind of really got real, and I was trying to really hit my marks, save gas. And that's where it was like, man, could this thing just be over now? As the thing just ticks down, he gets closer and closer. But I don't know. I don't really know how I could mentally prepare. It's just try not to overdrive the car. I knew that going into it was just don't overdrive. Just take it easy. What is it? Was it a good showing? Did it look good? Was it fun to watch?
I mean, it was a blast from our point of view, especially watching you guys battle it out, work strategy. A lot of guys I was here on the Discord trying to split it in half. Was that your game plan also? I'm hearing about lap 35 was the mark to hit.
Yeah, 35, so you could just save a little bit and get to the end. And I only had 0.2 at the end, so I mean, I was saving as best as I could. And I mean, it's just that track is fun. I haven't really raced on it a lot. I wish I had practiced more on it because I think in practice I was running like a minute 31, and then I noticed there I was running a minute 29 by the end of the race. So if I had practiced more, I feel like Nate and I could have really put on a better show because he just was hitting the marks, man. I could not catch him to save my life in the beginning of the race, and at the end, yeah, it's just fun. It's him putting on a show because I feel like he could have just blew past me. I don't know. You'll have to ask him, but I definitely think he could have just went past me because I was trying to save and manage, and I knew he had fresh tires, and he pitted like a lap ahead of me, so I knew he was better on gas too. So I knew I had my work cut out for me at the end.
No quit there in that number 4 car, though. Fight all the way to the end, even with a couple incidents here and there. A great finish overall, especially you not being too sure about road racing. I think you have a knack for it, though. It looks like you're racking up top 3s here, left and right. You're on the board for sure. But give us some shout-outs. Who do you want to thank for finishing in the 2nd spot?
I want to thank you. Thank you for putting on this show, man. You do a great job. I want to thank the fans for tuning in, watching us every week. Striker and John for making this happen, and all the drivers that come out. I want to thank Caffrey. I want to thank Nate just for working with me on road racing stuff and, giving me a little bit of pointers here and there. And Andrew, but Andrew's around, but he's never around. But yeah, man, you guys do a great job. I appreciate all of y'all. And it's great ton of fun. I don't want to curse, but you know what I would say. It's so much fun.
It's a blast for sure. And I'm having a blast watching you guys. I'm really stepping into this role for the first time full time, and you guys are making it easy for me putting on the show. So hats off to you and the rest of the guys as well. But we'll off week next week, and then we got Richmond afterwards. How do you feel about your short track racing?
We're off next week?
We're off next week.
I don't agree. Nope. Protest. No,
we got to take a bit of a mental break there after this race.
No way. I was excited. I was looking forward to Richmond. I love Richmond. I'm taking the boys tomorrow to the truck race, and then we're going to go to the cup race on Sunday, so it'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you in a couple weeks' time to continue the show. I'm sure you guys will put up a great battle there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Somebody's getting bumped.
We'll see a lot of contact, I think, right?
For sure.
Awesome. I'll send you back down. You have a great rest of your night.
You too, Joe. Thanks, man.
Nathan Biggert coming up, your winner who just pretty much burned the house down. Nathan on rails. He got this road course thing figured. I think he's got road racing figured out. Nate, I think we need to put you in an Indy car and see how you do.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm ready for those things yet.
I don't know. That's kind of my deal, and I'm really curious to see how you do because GT cars, trucks, cup cars are so heavy and hard. I mean, this car is almost like a GT car almost, but they're still pretty hard to wheel around, right? That weight's pretty. You can really feel it.
Oh yeah, it's a tough car to control. I think the GT cars are way easier. They're just set up more for road racing. I mean, the cup cars are this day and age, they're getting better for the road racing, but they just weigh so much, and that weight you can just feel it in the car. It doesn't like to turn, and then that break loose and spin happens, which I did a few times in the race. But the biggest part that I struggled with tonight, especially towards the end, is I put in a lot of practice for this race. We had a practice up, before the race, and I probably ran for about an hour and a half, and then the hour practice before the race. So I did 2.5 hours before this race and then ran this. And at the end, my braking leg, my knee is like giving out. Like it hurts real bad now, and I got to go ice it. But I learned that I don't put that many laps in, I guess, getting ready for the race. But you just got to brake so hard to get these things to slow down. It was a chore.
There's dedication there. You ran a ton of miles just today, it sounds like, on this racetrack. So we know it's a bit of a mistake. It was supposed to be 65. I guess you guys as drivers voted to run it all out, all those extra 5 laps. So we know it's going to be a long race, flag to flag. How do you mentally prepare for that? You know, it's probably going to suck. Even though leading, like it's almost like you said, it's a chore. We're just road racing's a different kind of beast. You're sometimes on your own, just turning laps. It's chugging along. How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, you knew it was gonna be long, that's for sure. But I guess in that sense, I like that knowing that it's long because you don't. I struggle, I think, in sprint races. You know, like when I get online and I jump into like one of them quick 30-minute races, it's tough for me because I'm a long run person. I like to get into a groove and get going and know that I don't have to push every single lap. You know, and just hammer down. And if I make a mistake, it's all right. Everyone's going to eventually in a long race like this. So you just try to get as smooth laps as you can and get less mistakes throughout the whole run than everybody else. And that's what helps me, I guess. Like, so I was looking forward to the long race. I enjoy them. But yeah, I just got to know my body's getting older and just learn from that to not. I mean, I love doing the practice because I want to compete for these wins. You know, like this is awesome to win another race in the Chopshop League is awesome. But I don't get this win without the practice that I put in. I'm not one of those guys that can just load in and be fast. So obviously, I'll just from now on try to relegate my time better. You know, practice more the night before, whatever I got to do, because I definitely enjoy competing and being at the top of these races.
There's definitely something said to having practices in succession. You can really figure out that groove and keep it going. It's almost like a momentum thing. You hit your marks, and it's so fresh there. And we saw it on display today. You just on rails the whole way, mistakes and all, and really just burned it down. Another dominating finish like last week there. You guys lapping the entire field, you and Cameron. It's just phenomenal. It's not something you see, especially in leagues with the guys we have. Road racing skill set a little bit different, but still very tough there with guys like McRae, who we know who's pretty quick on road courses. But so this race is winding down there. Cameron gets you on pit stops. I'm hearing a lot. You guys are splitting the race and have. We saw you shutting the car off, I'm assuming trying to extend it to make it to that marker. But how do you figure you spin out a couple times there, losing 22 seconds there on Cameron, and you're coming back here? How do you talk about being patient, making mistakes, but we're towards the end of the race. So how do you get yourself back in the groove?
Yeah, I mean, I think I set myself up for that in the first stint. Like I knew when we took off for some reason, I don't know. I think Cam found his speed later on in the race. Like he didn't put in the practice I did, so he wasn't ready to go right at the drop of the green, and I think that's what helped me. Because when we first dropped the green flag after after a little while in that first stint, I had like over 20-second gap on him. So that's when I looked back and I was like, all right, like I'm going to let him get all this back and just use it all up and save as much fuel as I can. And I was literally able to pit 2 laps later than everybody else, you know, and because of that fact of having that gap and saving so much fuel. So then I didn't really want to change tires, but I just figured whatever, I'll do it and then I'll be able to push because I've saved extra fuel, so it's not a big deal, and I'll be able to push harder in the second stint. So I changed tires, and yeah, that's what I think gave Cam got in front of me there on pit stops. And then because I had been saving fuel, I came out on them fresh tires, and I just wasn't used to trying to push the car a little bit more, especially on them cold tires, and the track had changed. And honestly, the track had changed without me really realizing it because you're not pushing, so you don't really get the full feel of how hard you can go into a corner. So that's what caused my 2 spins there on my out lap was just fresh tires and not knowing the track. But then after that, I know Cam had the 20-second gap, and I was pretty sure, even though he was telling me in Discord that he was good on gas, I was pretty sure he wasn't, you know, like that. He was either lying to me or he was misinforming himself. And when it came down to it, once we got later on the run, we pretty much found out that yeah, he thought that he had more fuel than he did. So I knew he started having to save more, and I was just able to push more towards the end and just able to catch him and get by him.
Just phenomenally executed. Great composure. A lot of times we see guys run into mistakes like that and just compound the mistakes and make it worse. So great resilience, especially late in the race when you're so mentally drained. And great race overall. Like I mentioned, another dominating win. Next week, we're off next week. And then we have Richmond for 225 laps. It's a fairly good race there at a short track. I'm assuming a lot of trading paint gonna go on. How do you think you fare at some short track racing?
Oh, I love short track racing. That's my favorite type of racing to do on a sim. You know, that's what I did in real life racing. When I was younger, I did a lot of it, and knowing that it'll be Richmond, that's awesome because I'll be able to get all kinds of practice because I'll be doing NIS tomorrow at Richmond, so that'll be a nice long race to get in the groove and get some practice laps in already. I've already actually been practicing to get ready for that race, so I'll definitely be ready for it and have the practice in and hopefully be up here up top again.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. Just a great season overall. We're still a couple, only about 3 races in, so a long way to go. But it's looking pretty good for you, Cameron, and a bunch of other guys. So give us some shout-outs here. Who do you want to thank for this win here?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, first and foremost, I got to thank Chopshop, man. You know, what a great league to run in. Just a blast, man. I just have fun. I enjoy the length of our races, the limited tire sets that we get, you know, putting the strategy in like we did tonight. It gives people chances to do different things and doing the road courses and just different types of tracks. Everything. I love how they just do such a variety of stuff, and we're out here to have fun, enjoy the sim that we all love and enjoy. You know, just have a great time with friends. So thank John, thank Stryker, just the Chop Shop League in general. Thank you, Joe, from Chop Shop TV for doing the broadcast and being a part of the Chop Shop League. Racing with us when you can, and you just do a phenomenal job with the broadcast. I really appreciate everything you do. Also just want to give a shout out to my mom and tell her I love her. This win's for her.
There you go, racking them up for Mom. As always, Nathan Bigger, thank you for your comments. They're much appreciated. We'll catch you in 2 weeks' time for a great, what I'm going to take as a great show at Richmond.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Nathan Bigger, 19, dominates again at the road course this time. Instead of the bigger track, showing that his skill set is profound and well-versed there. Just a phenomenal race. Putting the work and effort in. He's got a ton of miles on this track just today alone. And that just shows sometimes practice beats tell it. But Bigger, great guy there. Just putting on a great show. Needs to drive it forward, I think, is the only thing. But no, he's doing great. We appreciate these guys here. That's gonna do it for us here at Chop Shop. We'll run down the finishing order one more time here. Trying to get the results. There we go. So Biggert's gonna own the track, own Indianapolis road racing. A very tough track. As we notice, Cameron Dario finishing in second. Both them guys lapping the whole field. I'm not sure why it shows Cameron a lap down, but I'm looking at that wrong. Apologize. Cameron and Biggert lapping the entire field from third to last. Stryker, great bounce back, finishing in third. Alonzo King finishing in fourth. Good point of view from his driver cam. Running in VR, the only way I can run. I cannot use a flat screen anymore. I will wreck every corner. Depth perception, it's just unbeatable in my opinion. Jason Day, great job. John Ross, a little issues here and there. I mean, who didn't have issues here and there? A lot of off tracks for everybody, but maybe except the top two. Mark Redkin, probably the best bounce back of the night. He wrecked hard into that tire barrier, got it fixed, got back out on track, finishing top in seventh to top 10. Great job for Mark. His luck's just been horrible, but a good top 10 finish here at the road course. Leroy Kolbenitz, Jeremiah Burke, John Hammond does edge out Culver. I thought Culver got him, but looks like he just edged him out there on that last lap. Fortunately, had a one incident that was just horrendous there, caught in the sand trap, straight into the tire barrier, destroys the front end of the car. Went from a top 5 to a top 10, but still a solid day for John. Culver doing a great job hanging on. Malcolm Salas, Coulter Jr., Delgado, Brock Basalma, and McRae. And then Andrew Payne will finish out the field here in the 57. So good job by the guys. Flag to flag was still a long race. No breaks in between. Indianapolis, pretty difficult track on the oval. The road course looks like it's a pretty good time as well. This new layout, I like it a lot. We used to run, like I mentioned earlier, we used to run that inner loop. You look to the left of the screen, that loop that goes in next to the parking lot. We used to cut in there and then go down into the drag strip. That straight was a lot shorter. Now you cut it into the kink, and you're doing the full length of that drag strip. So that corner entry, that left-hander, one of the dangerous corners, and we saw the new corner there. Used to go into the track and run that whole corner all the way around. Now you cut in and then come out right at pit entrance. So a couple different changes. I do like this layout a lot better. Those two major corners are big key points, it looks like we saw tonight. Lots of practice here. I believe we'll be back at Indy again for the oval. I think if I look at the layout, yep, November 10th, and we're running the old oval, the 2009 version, so it's going to be pretty bumpy. So we'll run the oval here later on in the season, towards the end of the season, into the playoffs. We'll see them run around this giant square, and we'll see who can kiss the bricks. Don't miss on Sunday, though. We'll run it on Sunday for the Gen 4s. Those cars are going to rip around this track here, put on a great show. Those cars have been phenomenal. We'll see some old school looking racing cars, some throwback schemes at this historic track. Don't miss it. Sunday evening here on Chop TV. That's going to do it for us here at Indianapolis. Thank you, Sherry, for the support as always, and for putting up with my stream. I'm going to get it sorted out at some point. Probably when I leave here. Almost done with this place. We'll be back home hopefully mid-November with some better internet. We're stuck out on the woods, so we got what we got. But thank you for putting up with the stream, for everybody watching and who